Gwendolyn Morton. Well, a Pulaski County woman finds herself in jail after brandishing a weapon at a doctor's office. And are you looking to buy or sell some farming equipment? Well, all the details on the big sale coming up this weekend later in the newscast. But first, in our lead story of the day, a touching story. A young boy's life was changed when he received a kidney after about 2 years of being on the transplant list. 7-year-old John Sexton was in need of a new kidney after contracting E. coli, which caused Sexton to have a rare kidney disease requiring a life-saving transplant. A local fireman, Tim Belcher, happened to match with Sexton and provided him with a much-needed kidney. The surgery was a complete success, and Sexton and Belcher are both currently in recovery in Cincinnati. Since the surgery, members of the Cincinnati Fire Department have been providing meals and check-ins for both parties throughout their recovery. What a great story there. Well, a Pulaski County woman is facing numerous charges after threatening an eye care center and stealing a car from a local funeral home. Yesterday, Sheriff Bobby Jones and Sheriff Deputy David Campbell were dispatched to the Eye Health of Somerset after a complaint that a woman had entered the business and threatened a doctor. The Major Crimes Task Force responded and found that an employee of Eye Health had heard a woman, Love Phillips of Somerset, banging on the front door of the business. Phelps allegedly entered the building after an employee unlocked the door and demanded to speak with a doctor. Phelps allegedly threatened to kill the doctor once the doctor came out to meet with Phelps and pulled back her coat, revealing a gun, eventually aiming it at the employees of the establishment. Employees fled the building and reported seeing Phelps enter a black van. Sheriff Jones observed a female matching Phelps' description and conducted a traffic stop where Phelps revealed to Sheriff Jones that she was carrying a gun. Sheriff Jones reported eventually getting the gun from Phelps and placing her into custody. Over the course of the investigations, officials found that the vehicle Phelps was driving had been stolen from a local funeral home. Phelps is charged with attempted murder, wanton endangerment, burglary, receiving stolen property, terroristic threatening, menacing, operating under a suspended operator's license, and resisting arrest. Well, you've probably heard of consignment sales, but the Madison County Fairgrounds always goes big for its annual equipment sale every January. WBON-TV was at the fairgrounds earlier this morning, where President of the Madison County Fair Board, Chuck Givens, explained why this upcoming event is not only important for local farmers, but the entire community.
Year after year for the last 20 years, the same people continue to support the Fair Board, and we appreciate them very, very much. Without this, there wouldn't be a fairgrounds.
The dirt didn't get a chance to settle with all of the action happening today at the Madison County Fairgrounds. Dozens of fairgrounds officials, volunteer workers, and vendors gathered at 3237 Old Irvin Road in Richmond to help unload hundreds of items. President of the Madison County Fair Board, Chuck Givens, tells us that tractors, mowers, bulldozers, and a whole lot more will be up for auction on Saturday morning, beginning around 10 a.m.
I just hired more auctioneers, so we got enough people, so it's not an all-day event. Normally this sale starts at 10, and normally it's over with around 2 o'clock. We try to put 4 hours of really hard work, and we're running as many as 5 auctioneers at the same time.
More than just a simple auction, the New Year's equipment sale generates revenue for the Madison County Fairgrounds for the rest of the year.
The Fair Board itself has to be self-maintained because we get no county funding, no federal funding, no state funding. So the board itself is maintained by the board itself. We do it as a community service for the children and trying to keep the programs going for the fair, the 4-H, county extension office. We work with them. We take nothing. None of the workers here get paid other than the auctioneers we have to pay. But all the Fair Board workers work for free.
This annual auction usually generates a crowd of 1,000 to 2,000 people who are part of the Madison County community. Givens tells us in this way, the sale offers a great chance to speak with neighbors and friends. Of course, with such a large number of event goers and inventory to keep track of, the fairgrounds needs a lot of help to make sure the auction goes off without a hitch.
People don't really realize what goes into a sale, but you have 8 auctioneers, you'll have 10 clerks, you'll have 32 ground people working that are on the Fair Board, and they'll be the flag people, the people taking notes all around as we go. The cashiers in the office, we have 4 there. It takes about 50 people on Saturday.
This big equipment sale is not the only event happening over the next few days. After the event on Saturday concludes, fairgrounds officials will be hard at work moving in thousands of hay bales for next Monday's hay auction. Reporting for WBON TV Channel 9, I'm Gage Hill.
Looks like a good time there at that sale. Make sure you head on out and check out all the goods. Well, some other good news. Colleen Spencer has been appointed as the president and CEO of the Richmond Chamber of Commerce. Spencer explained that she feels grateful for the opportunity and the support of the board and local community leaders. She plans to foster member-driven businesses while promising economic gains for Richmond in the future. You can tune in right here next week. We're going to have an interview live with Colleen Spencer herself and her plans for the future here in Richmond. That's going to be live at 5 on Monday. Looking forward to that. Well, a middle school in Berea is excited to announce a new addition to their faculty and staff. Trent Singleton has been officially announced to be the new assistant principal of Foley Middle School. Singleton has made a career out of working with children of all ages during the time working in Estill County. The Foley Middle School Facebook page described Singleton as energetic, who likes to have a lot of fun. There is no doubt Singleton will be enjoying an exciting career with those kiddos. Well, a small private aircraft crashed in Bourbon County yesterday. The plane attempted to take off during gusting wind conditions from a private airstrip off of Houston-Antioch Road. According to the Aviation Safety Network, the plane attempted to take off but was unable and crashed into a fence in a farm terrain as a result. The plane had a total of 3 occupants, 2 passengers, and the pilot. All occupants of the aircraft walked away with minor to no injuries. The plane, however, was a total loss as a result of that accident. With that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We've got weather, sports, and it's time for the Weekender. We've got that coming up as well.
At Fast Flow Plumbing, you aren't sending your money to Texas and Florida to the big corporate plumbing companies. We're local, and that allows us to invest in the latest technologies like Permaliner for no-dig sewer replacements, which we warranty for 20 years. Fast Flow is the future of plumbing. Don't destroy your landscaping and finished basement because a plumber tells you he has to replace your sewer. Keep your home beautiful. Call a local pro at Fast Flow.
If you've dreamed of a job where you can help keep your family and community safe while planning for the future, then you need to check out the Fayette County Detention Center.
We're starting out $20 an hour. We have 8 paid holidays, 120 hours of sick time and vacation time a year. When you work a holiday, you actually make double pay. Our retirement is at 25 years. If you start out at 21, you'll be fully retired at 46, 25, fully retired at 50. Fayette County Detention Center is an amazing place to work.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. And I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done. And that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Row Tribe.
The City of Richmond Stormwater Management Program works to protect our waterways from pollution and to help citizens with stormwater runoff and flooding. Stormwater is the rain and snow that runs off rooftops, roads, sidewalks, and other surfaces that cannot absorb water, which affects water quality. The City of Richmond Stormwater Management Program is dedicated to helping its citizens understand what stormwater is and its impacts on our watersheds and waterways. For more info, visit buildrichmondky.com and click on the Stormwater tab.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Man Chrysler in Richmond is Truck Town, USA. New trucks, used trucks, little trucks, big trucks, short trucks, long trucks. Hey, that's not a truck. Work trucks and fancy trucks. Who says you can't get a truck? Come on down to Man Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Richmond for your best deal today. Truck Town, USA.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9. A little cooler today than I like, but I'm sure there's all kinds of people out there that are enjoying this little bit of a cool break after especially those warm temperatures we did have. We've got meteorologist Todd Nelson. He's in the Weather Center. He's going to let us know what the weekend is going to look like.
Thanks, Gwendolyn, and welcome back to the Bluegrass Restoration and Construction Weather Center. Hey, we want to thank Brittany for this beautiful sunset picture from earlier in the week out in Irvin. Beautiful pink and purple glow almost. And seeing the sunsets in Irvin and all around the greater Richmond area earlier this week, that was pretty colorful. So thanks again, Brittany. Happy New Year to you and to all of our viewers out there. Here is the view from north of town on I-75. Nice to see some drier weather. I know it was pretty wet earlier this week with pockets of locally heavy rain. Should remain quiet overnight tonight, but a few showers work into the region tomorrow and then staying somewhat soggy into Sunday as well. So not necessarily a terribly nice weekend, but I think we'll be able to fit in some outdoor time at points if you do have any outdoor plans. Here's our evening tonight. Temperatures will be falling to the lower 30s by midnight. Again, maybe a few off and on showers on Saturday night, but Sunday will be a little warmer as we top out near that 50-degree mark. Did want to go back to the day today, the satellite radar imagery showing the skies clearing out a bit, but then back to the west, noticing the increase in cloud cover over the central United States. That's our next system that'll be, again, bringing us the chance for a few showers, which could be lining up just south of town early Saturday morning, maybe giving way to a few wet snowflakes as well. And then that rain chance does increase a little bit for us later Saturday and into Sunday, maybe even some patchy freezing precipitation north of town later into Sunday as well. Total amounts of liquid through this weekend, upwards of maybe a couple to a few tenths of an inch, not much. But tomorrow morning, again, right around that freezing mark with some isolated rain and or snow showers trying to drift in, most of which would be just south and west of town. 45 degrees for the daytime high tomorrow. A few lingering showers on Sunday. And Gwendolyn looking pretty quiet early next week, but we are eyeing another rain chance on Friday. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Todd. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Well, natural disasters are continuously affecting the people of Kentucky recently, and being careful when it comes to flooding could be the difference between life and death. With some flood safety tips for you and your vehicles, here's WBON-TV's Abby Briggs.
The Kentucky Office of Highway Safety is warning Kentuckians to turn around and don't drown, as flooding becomes more of a threat after each heavy rainfall. The National Weather Service released a PSA explaining that more deaths occur due to flooding than from any other thunderstorm-related hazard. Over half of flood-related deaths occur when a vehicle is driven into unsafe waters, and the next highest percentage of flood deaths are due to people walking near or into flooded areas. It only takes about 6 inches of water to knock over a standing adult. 12 inches of rushing water has the capability to move most cars, and 18 inches of running water has the potential to carry away large SUVs and trucks. Floods can develop both very quickly or very gradually, so it's important to always be prepared. Be aware of flood risks on the roads you most frequently travel. Sign up for notifications from your local weather service to be notified of nearby flooding or possible flood threats approaching. Floodwater carries more than just the threat of drowning. Water may be deeper than you perceive it and could be carrying a variety of dangerous items, including sharp objects, chemicals, electrical wires, or road surfaces. If you come across a flood barrier, do not make attempts to go around. Simply turn back or find an alternate route. In order to keep safe from flooding risks, make sure to check a flood map before driving, and remember, if you come across threatening water, to turn around and don't drown. For WBON-TV Channel 9, I'm Abby Briggs.
Thanks, Abby, for that story. Well, here's a heartwarming story. Laurel County Sheriff John Root is reporting that Laurel Sheriff's Deputy Byron Lawson, along with Detective Robert Reed, found letters, many not yet opened, while purging outdated files at the Sheriff's office in London. Though through investigation and with assistance from Angelica Weaver, the Williamsburg City Police Victims Advocate, they determined that the letters had apparently been stolen in a burglary of a Johnny Philpott's home in Williamsburg many years ago. It has been learned that the letters, some dated as long ago as March 9, 1964, had been sent from Johnny Philpott to his wife while he was in Vietnam serving the military service. With help from Angelica Weaver, Johnny Philpott's son, also named Johnny Philpott, was tracked down on Thursday, January 5th, and the letters were returned to him. His father is still living, and the letters will be returned to him by his son. You can see the pictures here, the letters up close, the postal stamp date 1964. Laurel County Sheriff John Root stated that it was his privilege and honor to see that the letters made their way back to Mr. Philpott. I love that story. Well, if you're looking for a fun thing to get into this weekend, an old school rock band is landing their roots in Kentucky tonight. At 7:30, the classic rock band Styx will be at the Corbin Arena performing old school hits that made them popular. Some of their top hits like Come Sail Away and Renegade will sure to be on the playlist tonight amongst fans of rock and roll who are headed to the Corbin Arena tonight. Tickets are still available online, and a quick trip down I-75 is all that stands between you and some classic rock hits with Styx. Prices are low as $37, so be sure to check out this great local performance. And again, that's tonight. That looks like a lot of fun. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Michael Watkins up with sports next.
Choose Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital for your health care. Consider having your preventative care such as a CT lung screening, a mammogram, or a colonoscopy at Markham and Wallace Hospital. You can feel safe to come to the hospital campus. Following CDC guidelines, our care team is doing everything possible to ensure your safety and well-being. For more information about Markham and Wallace Hospital, call 606-723-2115 or visit mercy.com.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Kokudet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your hosts Samantha Burford and Michael Watkins as they break down, recap, and preview sports news in our area. Each Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON TV Channel 9 and on on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Chenault Vineyards has become a premier destination in Richmond for family and friends looking for fun and entertainment. The vineyard sits on 500 acres with breathtaking views and several different things for you to enjoy while you're there. Live music, tastings, tours, a walking trail, or maybe you'd like to host your own event at the vineyard. Visit ChenaultVineyards.com to check out the complete list of upcoming events. Like them on Facebook to stay informed, or like Chenault Vineyards on Instagram.
Welcome back. The Berea Pirates boys basketball team picked up a nice win last night in a matchup versus Richmond homeschool Wellsprings Guardians. And with more on that, let's send it over to Michael Watkins in sports.
That's right, Grin. The Berea Pirates looked good last night as they started off hot and finished that same way on their way to a 60-41 win over Wellspring Guardians. The Pirates came out of the gate and took a 12-0 lead in the first quarter. Finley Blevins scored the first 8 points of the game for Berea, who continued to find space inside in the opening moments of the game. Owen Davis got it going for the Guardians with a late bucket in the first quarter to cut the lead to 7 before a Liam Brewer 3 pushed the lead back to double digits at the end of 1. The freshman sharpshooter began the second quarter the same way he ended the first by knocking down his second 3 of the game in the first minute of the period, and the Pirates were able to maintain a 10-point lead for much of the first half. In the third quarter, however, it was the Logan Helton show as the senior big man got hot from long range himself, and with 5 minutes to go in the third, gave the Guardians their first lead of the game at 26-25. The visitors would build a 4-point lead late in the third, but the Pirates would answer. A Brewer 3 as the quarter was coming to a close capped off a 9-0 run over the final 1:10 of the third period and would put the Pirates up 5 entering the fourth, and they would go on to win by 19. Brewer was crowned our CT Diesel Performance of the game with 5 threes in the game, giving him now 30 on the year and a 17-point performance last night. Jack Hemingway scored 16 for the Pirates in a nice win. In Richmond last night, the Madison Central Indians were back in action at home and fresh off a 27-point night on Tuesday. Last night, Jalen Davis dropped a 30-piece on Montgomery County in a 16-point win. Central jumped out to a big lead before Montgomery County made their way back and trailed by just 4 at one point in the second half. But in the fourth, Allen Feldhouse got his guys back firing again as they pulled away late for a 70-54 victory. Robbie Todd added 12 points and 7 rebounds in the win for Madison Central, while Parker Mullins and Jaden West each added 8. And last night in college hoops, EKU picked up their first ever ASUN Conference road victory. The Colonels built a 23-point lead at Central Arkansas before the Bears fought back and made a game of it. A.W. Hamilton's team now returns home for a tough 3-game stretch beginning on Sunday versus Liberty with a 1 p.m. tip. That game will air live on our media partner 100.7 The Coyote, with the pregame show beginning at 12:30. And tonight, the Model Patriots will host a Madison Southern team that's been hot as of late in a big 44th District regular season matchup. The last time these two teams met, it was back on February the 8th of last year, and Jay Rowe set a school record with 48 points in a 83-43 win. That game tonight will tip off at 7:30 with pregame coverage starting at 7 o'clock with Jamie Boggs and John Bailey on the call tonight. For WBON TV Sports, I'm Michael Watkins, hoping you all have a great weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you back on Monday with the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show to recap all the fun sports action here lately in Madison County.
Thanks, Michael, for that sports report. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with The Weekender.
WBON TV 9 is proud to be your source for local news, local weather, and local sports. At WBON TV 9, we pride ourselves on being the local leader when something happens in our area. Channel 9 reaches nearly 900,000 people with our over-the-air coverage. WBON TV 9 is also the #1 source you turn to locally for news on Facebook and WBONTV.com. Now you can enjoy all the local news, weather, and sports each weekday afternoon. Join us each weekday from 5 to 5:30 for the Live at 5 newscast. It's streaming on the WBON TV Facebook page, YouTube channel, Roku channel, and our live player on WBONTV.com. And of course on Richmond's new and first TV channel, available on Channel 9.1 over the air, Spectrum Channel 712, and on Urban Community Television, PRTC Cable, and Crystal Broadband. WBON TV, where every local story starts here.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Support local and get your vehicle running at its peak performance with CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff specialize in diesel performance and repair that will service any vehicle, big or small, with oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Broke down and need a tow? Well, call CT Diesel at 859-699-8712. Like them on Facebook to enter a weekly drawing for a free oil change. CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
Welcome back to Live at 5 with the first full weekend of the 2023 upon us. Samantha Burford is back in the WBON studios with her first Weekender report of the new year.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Weekender Report for the weekend of January the 6th. Let's get this weekend started. This weekend, the Spotlight Playhouse with the Bluegrass Players Adult Acting Troupe is hosting the very funny You Can't Beat the House. This comedy is about two minor league burglars who are having problems breaking out of a house for lots of fun reasons. It's filled with one wisecrack after another. You can enjoy this show in Berea on Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. and then again on Sunday at 2 p.m. Red Oaks Forest School is kicking off its new Nature Wellness Days program focusing on mind-body connection to nature. On Saturday, January 7th, starting at 11 a.m., the Nature Wellness Days Winter Solstice event welcomes people to their new property in Richmond for a two-day event of mindfulness, intentions, and community. And it ends the day with a short film debut of the Kentucky River. For a more detailed schedule and to register, go to redoaksforestschool.org. Saturday evening at 7 p.m., Bradley Bertner will be singing at the Richmond Area Arts Council. They will be hosting this concert featuring the Lexington-Winchester-based songwriter, singer with guest pianist Randy Westbrook. Bertner's music draws from influences such as Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, the Rolling Stones, and U2. He has written hundreds of songs and recorded several albums. This will be a great show, so get your tickets at the door or visit artsinrichmond.org. The PBR Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour is back at Rupp Arena this weekend. Don't miss out on the 2 days, January 6th and 7th. PBR is the world's premier bull riding organization where more than 500 bull riders compete in more than 200 events annually. Buy your single day or 2-day tickets at Ticketmaster.com. A big thank you to all of our viewers who watch the Weekend Report every week. We are grateful for your submissions of events throughout Madison and all the surrounding counties. Make sure to tell your friends to watch the Weekend Report every weekend and keep sending in those events. Thanks for watching this Weekend Report for January the 6th. I'm Samantha Burford.
Thank you, Samantha, and have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you right back here Monday live at 5.